BTS. And I'm very happy. I apologize for the delay. I don't know what happened, but that's what happens. And it's live, of course. Anyways, it's great to be on here, man. I mean, it really has been a long time since I've done anything like this. Well, we did do that one thing on in Discord, in the Strange BTS Discord channel. That was pretty cool. It was the voice chat. That worked out pretty neat. So, and people were able to chime in and talk about stuff. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I apologize. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It's acting funky. Everything just acted weird. It's kind of my fault. I mean, I thought I went over all the settings and stuff, but apparently not. So, but anyways, if you guys don't know, I've been recovering from COVID. I'm actually in the process of long COVID now. Not in ICU or anything like that. It's just some weird ass symptoms. I don't know how to explain it, but the important thing is I'm here today, and I'm glad you guys joined us. Anyways, let me go ahead and start from my left, right, my right. That's Gigi. So welcome, Gigi, to the show.
Hey, what's happening? Thanks for having me. I'm stoked on the new series here.
Right on. Yeah, it's something that we've been wanting to do for a while, and we finally got the chance to do it. So yeah, I mean,
it's time.
We
figure nerd culture now is pop culture. So
it is.
It's just we got so much stuff we want to talk about. It like filters into all the like other shows you guys do. So we just give it its own platform. Give it its own show. We can really dive in.
And also we have Nightstocker with us. Thanks again for joining us, Nightstocker.
What's going on, you guys? Thanks for having me. Should be fun.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And of course, my brother from another mother, Mr. Russ Bailey of Beyond the Strange.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Great to be back on the air. Dave, great to see you back, man. Glad you're on the mend.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. And hey, man, while you're here, you want to say hi to everyone in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely. We got Cherie Arianos in there. I got Susan, Astro Lunatic. We've got Yui, P-Man, Dragon Rose, the Elf. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us tonight. Great to see everybody here.
What's going on, you guys?
Really appreciate it. You guys are here, and yeah, Mike J, I know you're in the Strange chat. I don't know if you can hear the show or not, but just go to the Twitch, I guess, and maybe that'll work. There he is. He just popped up.
There he is. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Oh, it's Jim.
Okay,
it's Jim. That's Jimmy. Jimmy, it's good to see you, man. Whippy man. Yeah. James White. He's a shaman, and he's a native elder, and he was on the show on BTS a couple months back, and he also had COVID, and he beat it. So it's good to see Jimmy as well. Thank you for joining us, brother, and really great to see you. Thank you. Yeah, and thanks, Cherie, and everybody in the chat, Dragon Rose, everyone, Astro Lunatic, Susan, Elf. Good to see you guys. So yeah, sorry, I feel weird. It just it just doesn't feel. It feels kind of funky doing this after a long time. But,
back in the airwaves, Dave. Back where you belong. So
pretty weird.
You're used to it again.
I told Gigi I wasn't gonna do any more shows, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna do something." He's like, I know you're gonna do something. You might not do the show BTS, but you're gonna do something." I'm like, yeah. I guess so. So not paranormal.
Can't keep you away.
Yeah, but it's something
sometimes it's a little paranormal.
It's sometimes I'm sure we'll talk about some stuff. I mean, since I've been away with COVID, I've been getting into the I want the Osbournes want to believe or something like that.
How is it?
It's good. It's really good. It's it's Jack Osborne trying to convince his parents, Ozzy and what's her name?
Sharon.
Sharon.
Sharon. He's showing them different videos and telling them all kinds of different stories and lore and stuff like that of like, Loch Ness Monster or the Rake Monster or this UFO sighting, all kinds of shit, man. Ghosts and really really cool videos. I mean, there's some really good stuff on there, and it's Ozzy's either like bullocks or hey, that's interesting. That's pretty much all he says is either bullocks or interesting. And then
I know
Sharon.
I know, like last month he was saying that he was like in on the UFO thing. He's diving all in on UFOs. Like,
really?
He believes in them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Jack had a hand in that too. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty good show. I like it. I've been watching a lot of TV, right. Unfortunately. But I've also been doing a lot of research, of course, on COVID, and hopefully, excuse me, I'll get back to 100% here pretty soon. But anyways, guys, let's talk pulp.
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to talk about tonight, because it's
I mean, we're going to just probably jump around, of course, and just talk about different things and stuff like that.
Like I think the world of pulp is like sprawling right now. It's huge. There's so much going on. If we had 10 hours, we couldn't talk about it all. So
yeah, as a matter of fact,
we do like a little.
What does pulp mean to you?
Yeah,
all it means to me is pulp fiction. So I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, actually.
Do you like pulp with your orange juice?
Well, except for orange juice. I do. I prefer pulp in the orange juice. Absolutely.
Nice.
I don't know if anybody has like a definition in front of them, but
I don't have one in front of me, but I remember, of course, at the beginning of Pulp Fiction, it talks about pulp, and
it just means like genre to me, and like kind of genre weird. It's like superheroes, comic-y type stuff, anything that like it's the like the nerd culture, it's pulp. Even like westerns, it's pulp. Cowboy stuff, monster movies, superhero stuff, mysteries, sci-fi, thrillers, like it's all pulpy stuff, genre.
Great. It's a great time to be a nerd.
Just named so many different genres.
I know, yeah.
So
that's what it is. Yeah.
It seems like kind of an unnecessary term. So just anything that has anything to do with anything is basically
no. It's like
what pulp means.
Trying to pull up a definition of it, Dave.
I'm trying to find it. There's really no definition. It's weird.
What about Urban Dictionary? Surely there's. I don't know. Maybe it's so new. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the second definition on Oxford is popular sensational writing that is generally regarded as being poor quality. So like the way that
okay.
That's not what we're like, but just the way that like comics and like sci-fi up until today have been considered to be like less than like mainstream stuff. Like you were a nerd, or you were like into like the fringes of pop culture if you were into things that were considered to be pulp.
So like
but now pulp is pop culture now, like, and that's why it seems so like unnecessary to say, because it's so ubiquitous in the mainstream. Like it in the 70s and 80s, it would be like more shit on, but now it's so the culture. Yeah,
kind of like so I guess like being a Sega Saturn fan at the time would be pulpy.
I say that I call that pulp. Yeah.
Sonic,
like any like Sonic movie would be pulp for sure. Like any video game IP would be pulp. 100%. Yeah.
I often relate pulp to pop.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Pulp culture, pop culture, pulp fiction. I mean, the fiction part, of course, is the imaginary characters and events produced in large quantities. Books about the imaginary characters, but and that's Tarantino's definition. Well, one of them.
Yeah.
So.
And like before Tarantino, like those things where it's like he he brought a lot of that stuff to like mainstream audiences, like the kung fu movies and like westerns and stuff. That's all considered to be pulp and not like Oscar caliber stuff. Like we haven't had a ton of Oscar winners in superhero dumb. So part of that's because we're transitioning from like pulp being as like a second, like nerd culture being second class, to being now this is it. This is where it's at, and we got to talk about it. That's why we got the show.
Yeah, it's almost like you're if you're not a dork, like you're lame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
True. Exactly.
Ah, nice.
100%
Russ Bailey changed his background to pulp.
Nice.
Pulp Fiction.
Try
Yeah,
to find
I
a
got to
little
give
something
props
more
to
comic booky.
my friend Jerry Cthulhu, that's on Twitter under Luciferius, and at the last minute he just made that Pulp Addicts Pod logo for the show. Great. I'm just like really thankful, appreciative that he did that.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, that was really cool. Actually, Gigi, this is one of the templates for the one that I downloaded for the show that you were talking
nice.
about. Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen it or not, but
I
there's
was
got some
going to say,
animations.
wouldn't that just be a nightmare to have to make that yourself?
I would not want to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just not
That's why
want to
those
do that.
templates are
But-
great. And plus you can customize them and yeah, so that's the way to go.
And yeah, this is going to get more and more intricate as it goes along, but this is just for tonight, and this is episode 0, so we don't really have, again, like what Nightstalker was saying, we're just kind of jumping around and stuff, and reverse flash, nice. I like that,
Yeah.
Russ.
That represent a little reverse Flash, man. I mean, love that character on the Flash TV show. Always loved Ian Barthon on the comics.
Oh yeah,
Very cool stuff.
are they going to do reverse Flash in the Flash movie?
I would hope so.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, I know we're going to see multiple Batman in it, but it would be so cool at the end if like reverse Flash just showed up and screwed everything up.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, because he is reverse Flash is the Flash's main antagonist. That's his arch enemy. So let's start a genre of films with reverse Flash and Flash. See where it leads to. But can't wait for that movie. That's going to be killer.
That's going to be killer. Yeah. And for Gigi, unfortunately, yes, we are going to be talking about nerdy Marvel and DC comics and stuff like that. So
I'm down, man. I'm down. My knowledge is not as vast as all of yours, but I'm totally down with it.
I'm sure you'll surprise us with something here and there. So yeah, that's
I doubt it.
We got all kinds of stuff to jump in. We can talk about music. I heard the VMAs were a trip on MTV. What's her name? Madonna fucking showed up at the surprise.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah. She's what is she, like 100? I mean,
something like that. Yeah, more than that probably. Yeah.
She's pretty damn old.
Have you seen her fake butt? That looks preposterous. Oh my god! It just looks like something's wrong. It doesn't even. It's insane. You just got to look that up sometime. Yeah, she got like what do you call it? Like implants or whatever, but like on her ass, and it's preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. I don't know what she's thinking.
Well, Cherie says that her husband collects vintage pulp paperbacks. That's cool.
That's awesome.
I wish I was smart enough to save all my stuff I collected.
Really? Yeah.
It's all gone.
I feel like
I had like
still not
one of the
fully
first Teen
grasping
Titans
the term.
comic books, and I fucking lost them. What was that, Gigi?
So I feel like I'm still not completely grasping the term pulp. Like, okay, so it's got a bunch of vintage pulp paperbacks.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, Cherie, but I believe what you're talking about, your husband has are these magazines that have like that definition of imaginary characters and like noir, black noir characters, that kind of thing. I always think about like, gangsters and detectives and shit like that maybe, and maybe that's what it is. So yeah, I mean, you saw the movie Pulp Fiction, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so that's probably like the best thing I can use to describe
his influences, like Tarantino's influences, all the things that go into that movie is pulp, and he like extracts that sweet juicy pulp goodness and made a movie into it.
There you go.
And, but like, yeah,
I feel like,
and it's
like
yeah.
I kind of get it. I think it's one of those words where, like, it just takes a while. You start hearing it, you're not quite sure what it means, but everybody's saying it, and then eventually you kind of get an idea, like, okay, like the word, like Karen, that was a thing not too long ago. It took me a while to understand like when that was applied, but eventually I got it, so yeah. Maybe
me, I just picture like in like the 70s or whatever, or like even like the 40s or something like that. Like it'd be pop culture, the main stuff that's on like the top of the matinees and that everyone consumes. And then you got the people in the corner in the room and like in their shadows, like reading their sci-fi novel or watching some Harryhausen movie or something like that. And like that was pulp, and it was considered like second class back in the day. It was like a genre considered like for kids or weird or goofy. But now like it's different. Pop is pulp. It's like the same thing now. Like it's pulp is popular culture now. It's crazy. Like we're about to get Dune. Yeah. Like we're about to get a real serious, crazy take on Dune with the Dune trailer a few weeks ago. Yeah. And like sci-fi is about to take a huge leap in like people, their seriousness level. But like with Foundation, we're getting the show Foundation on Apple TV next week or on the 24th. I'm like really excited for it. That looks really cool.
There's a lot of good stuff coming to Apple TV. I've been checking those commercials out.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Susan,
some alien show they got coming too.
Yeah, I saw that. That's going to be cool. Astro Lunatic, Susan says, pulp fiction definition: fiction dealing with lurid, sensational objects, often printed on rough, low-quality paper manufactured from wood pulp. Interesting.
Well, yeah, but that's pulp fiction. We're talking about just the word pulp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm just reading what you put.
nice
Scandalous, sensational, crass, and lowbrow. That's cool.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Mike Strange in the chat room there. He's been going out of his way to help swing me on the network every Friday. So appreciate you, Mike. Cheers to you.
He's a brother.
Yeah, Mike's great. Really appreciate everybody, by the way, in Twitter who gave me prayers and well wishes and sent healing energy and everything. All of you, everyone, I love you guys. You're my family. You're not just my friends, and I just want to say thank you so much. If you didn't hear it from me on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, and I just appreciate it. Yeah, thanks. I feel I'm upright again. Yes, I'm sitting down, but I'm upright, and I got a new shirt, by the way. This is one of Deb's birthday presents, and
yeah, that's badass. Green Lantern. Which Green Lantern is your favorite one? You a Hal guy, John Stewart guy?
Well, I mean, I actually liked Hal Jordan, because I grew up on the Super Friends, and that was what, early 70s, late 80s. On ABC. That's back when Saturday mornings were Saturday morning cartoons. and I'm that old. And there, they had the Super Friends hour, and I remember Hal Jordan was in there for because I didn't really read the Green Lantern comic book that much, and then I started getting into it later. But Hal Jordan was probably my favorite.
Growing up in the 90s, I had the Justice League cartoon. So like for growing as a kid, my Green Lantern was John Stewart. So I'd be pumped to see him in a movie. But like as a comic fan, my favorite is probably Kyle Rayner, maybe because he's he's the artist. He's the one who creates like the big mech suits and everything, and does the weird far out like constructs and stuff, which is really cool. Like
I like Kyle Rayner.
Hal Jordan just does like he does like fighter jets and like fit in like boxing gloves. Hal Jordan, it's real like basic stuff, if I'm like, if you anything you can imagine you can create, really go out there, really let your brain wander. That's kind of what Kyle Rayner brings to the table.
I also do like the Alan Scott version. Is it
he's coming to the show, right? Isn't he?
Stargirl. Yeah.
His daughter his.
Yeah.
Before, so
hopefully
we get to see those guys.
I was always a big fan of Guy Gardner. Also, he was really cool.
Yeah.
Is he the one with the funky hair?
Redhead.
Yeah.
He's redhead. Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty cool, man. I like Hal Jordan. I mean, I like when what was it? Hal Jordan got possessed by Parallax. That was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, of course, when he was the Spectre there for a little bit, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Did you see that? Did you see the Green Lantern, the Ryan Reynolds version, was trending on Netflix last week? It was like the #2 thing on Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah, there's gonna be a resurgence of these like early 2000s. I call them pre-cinematic universe or pre-CU, like all those movies that came out before the MCU, and it's like they got like pretty shit on when they came out because like they were new and everyone wanted like the exact comic version of like what they had read as kids. And then we got these weird, like, bastardized versions where they were still trying to keep one, like, for the X-Men movies and stuff.
Right.
They were trying to keep it, like, all black leather, like in the Matrix and everything, and try to, like, because people weren't ready for superhero shit, you know? So it was, but, like, now we're ready. Now, like, we're getting all, like, the stuff about, like, it's close to those comics you can possibly get. Like, we're going to get the yellow suit Wolverine when he finally comes to the MCU and stuff. So now people can go back, now that we've gotten, like, the real versions, can go back and appreciate all these early 2000s movies as like just fun takes, like not too serious, don't worry about it, when like at the time they got eaten alive. So Green Lantern, like if you were waiting for a Green Lantern movie for 40 years, you're like, fuck, this movie sucks. But if you just like watch it on Netflix, like as it's just one of 100 superhero movies, you're like, oh, it's pretty good. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what we're going to see with like all these movies, I think, you know?
So here's my question.
Go ahead, Russ.
When do you think we'll see Wolverine and the X-Men in the MCU?
Oh, dude, I don't even know. We can have a whole episode on just the future of Marvel. Like there's so much. So
coming soon.
Right now, they're bringing in like the multiverse right now. So people are believing that might be how they bring in the X-Men, is that they've existed on another universe for the whole time, and maybe some worlds will collide and stuff. But as far as like the slate is concerned right now, unless they surprise us with something, it could be like 6-7 years before we actually see them on screen, you know, unfortunately, but hopefully sooner than that, you know.
Yeah. And I think with the whole Disney Plus thing and you know, bringing up all those Marvel shows that Disney Plus has been putting out, you know, they brought WandaVision, they brought, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and now they're doing the what. I am surprised at how much I'm liking the What If.
I really like it.
Series. It's just to me. You know, I think there was one stinker I didn't really like too much, but
which one?
That was the
first one.
The Guardians with you know, Black Panther.
You didn't like that one with
T'Challa?
You didn't like that one?
I didn't like it that much. I mean, it's cool. I'm glad that they had, you know, Chadwick Boseman actually do the voice, you know, before he passed. But my favorite has been the zombie one. That is freaking
the
awesome.
Zombie one was sick. Yeah, this is like they were like 5-year-old kids who would be watching the show on Disney Plus, like watching like Tony Stark just like tear into somebody's flesh, you know, and eat. Like it was brutal. It was really good.
I don't know if Russ saw it or not.
Oh, you didn't see it?
The Russ, did you catch it? The last What If?
No, I haven't watched What If yet. I need to watch it.
Oh man, dude, just sit down and start watching it, and just watch it. They're only half an hour. It's like,
that's cool.
Yeah, just watch it.
It's really good.
Have you got into anything like that, Gigi? After you finish your drink? Sorry.
No, not quite. I've gotten super into, hopefully you guys remember this, a show called MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. It's where you know, it's where they take it's a Japanese physical challenge game show, and the challenges are gnarly, and they take the most uncoordinated Japanese people to try to do it.
Gotcha.
And they eat all kinds of, like, they get fucking wrecked, like seriously hurt. But they overdub the whole thing. It's an actual Japanese show, but the MXC is an English overdubbed audio. of that show, and it's just a bunch of comedians just making fun of every single moment while these people are just getting fucked. And it's just, it never gets old. I watched like 20 episodes in the last like 5 days. Just absolutely epic. I just can't get enough of it. That's got to be pulp, right? That's probably pretty pulp.
That feels pulpy to me.
I think it is.
Do you remember Unbeatable Banzuke?
Unbeatable
Banzuke used to be on G4 TV. They were like obstacle courses. It was kind of like Ninja Warrior, but it was like indoors. I used to love Ninja Warrior also, man. That was great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch that too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still watch Ninja Warrior once in a while, just flipping through channels.
Great stuff, man.
I have a new I have like a new little routine, I guess, of falling asleep to movies. Like but I specifically make them like some sort of like Disney or Pixar or DreamWorks kind of like movies, and I just like don't look at it, and I just like I have my earbuds in and I just listen to the movies as I go to sleep. And I don't know why, like it makes me go to sleep, and I have really insane dreams. I can tell you that. That's been
funny. The DreamWorks gives you crazy dreams.
Yeah, there you go. And it's even better if it's a movie that you've seen before and you just listen to it, because you can just close your eyes and try to go to sleep, but at the same time you still know what's happening, so you don't have to you're not tempted to open your eyes and look up, Yeah.
I'm doing that with Entourage right now. That's my I always have a background show. It's always on in the background, like something that I've seen before, not to pay attention to at all. I can kind of just leave the audio on, not worry about it. That's been a Entourage for me. Entourage.
I've never seen that. I've been wanting to watch it. It's kind of like, from what I get, Ballers or something like that.
Yeah, Ballers is just a copy of Entourage. Yeah, but it's like it was like the #1 show at the time, like when it was on. Now it's like aging really, really poorly. Like a lot of canceled stuff inside the show, But at the time, it was like really fun, But I started watching Y: The Last Man today. The first 3 dropped on Hulu. Yeah, I watched the first 2.
How is that?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. It was pretty good. Like the first one is just kind of like setting the scene, kind of be like, if anyone doesn't know, it's a Brian K. Vaughan comic, based on like all the men in the world mysteriously die at the same time, so there's only women left besides one guy, like Y, the last man. So the first episode is just like setting that scene, and then we'll see where it takes it. I've gotten really mixed reviews. People are going in with like low expectations because the show has been pushed back for like 2 or 3 years. There's been like a bunch of recastings in it, but so far it's good. But I heard it gets bad, like around like episode 6 or 7. Like people have been falling off of it, but so far so good. I like it.
I kind of want to watch that too. I've been checking the commercials. Look pretty good for that. Has anybody ever started or watching or have watched Manifest?
Oh, I want to watch it tonight. After this, I'm gonna start that.
I am deep into that. I'm about 2.5 seasons in.
So I want to start. Me and Deb want to start watching that. The only problem is I heard they canceled it just like boom.
No, it's back. It's back.
No, they just put out a new season like a week ago.
Okay, so we're gonna start watching it, because that's what I was afraid of. I'm like, I can't start watching something when they canceled it and leave you hanging. That sucks.
The Netflix just announced that they're gonna finish it. Like Netflix, it was an NBC show or something. It got canceled and then put on Netflix, and it got that Netflix boost. So now Netflix is gonna finish the show. They're gonna.
I have to give Netflix props for that, man. They tend to do that. They'll pick up a show and then they'll finish the rest of it, because it's like gets canceled, like Lucifer. It was like it was on Fox, and then Netflix picked it up. Well, Netflix already had it, and then they're okay. We'll do and I think they did like 2 more seasons, and it's been pretty good.
They just dropped the most recent one like last week or a few weeks ago, didn't they?
I heard,
season 6, the last season.
Yeah, I'm about to start watching that. Yeah. But
same with Cobra Kai. Like,
oh man,
I didn't watch Cobra Kai when it was on YouTube. There was like a fucking YouTube show. Like, what's this? then it goes on Netflix and becomes the biggest show in the fucking world for a few months. You know,
Isn't that crazy?
Now it's going on to season. Yeah, it's great. It's good. I like it too. It's really good.
I'm glad. I'm really glad it got it got picked up, and it just it's been a really I think it's just been a really good nostalgia show, and it's cool for today too. I mean,
yeah.
I'm just waiting for someone to get. I'm waiting for them to run into some MMA people.
I know.
It's like, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah, seriously. I think the next season, the rumors are that they're gonna bring in not Hillary Swank, but the guy from the third one, the guy from Step by Step. You know what I mean? The guy with the shaved head, the kid.
I forgot about that show.
Yeah, who played like the cousin Step by Step.
Damn.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
But, yeah. And they're talking about the kid from that, like the one who gets trained by Daniel. Is going to be the Red Hood, possibly. He's like high on the list to play the Red Hood in the upcoming Red Hood movie if they're going to make one.
Oh,
I don't trust the DC. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have this problem, but I don't trust the DC rumors at all. I'm equal. My love for DC and Marvel is equal. Like as far as comics are concerned, I buy both equally. But as far as like how they handle their cinematic universes, I have loved all the DC movies, but just the way they handle the marketing and like the promotion and like the rumors and stuff, it's driving me up the wall. I can't trust a single DC rumor until I see pictures of someone in a costume or see a trailer, Other than that, they just throw shit against the wall from the internet and see what sticks. And then half the shit they promise us, it doesn't actually happen. I don't know if you guys get mad at that like I do, but it's frustrating.
I don't like it, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, I
what do you
What?
What are you most excited for all the new stuff we're gonna be getting? All you guys, like, what's your most anticipated new thing coming out that you can't wait for?
Oh,
Batman.
The Batman, definitely the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman movie. And there's rumor. I read a rumor the other day that the Riddler may not be the actual main villain in the movie.
Really?
I think.
Yeah, so it could be somebody else.
Maybe Penguin.
Like who? I mean, the Penguin's in it. It's Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's the Penguin.
Yeah. Well, supposedly it's supposed to be like this this former cop that is like an enemy of Jim Gordon now. He might be like the main antagonist and everything.
Is he a comic villain, or are they making up for the movie?
He's a comic villain. He appeared briefly in I think Detective Comics a couple of years ago. But and again, take that with a grain of salt, because if that's the case, why would they do that? I mean,
yeah.
Hell, for all we know, we could see another Joker show up.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Yeah.
Especially as much as everything is the hush hush, I feel like this Batman movie is going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors, and there's going to be a lot of red herrings in it.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be a noir detective movie, so it should be interesting either way, man.
Yeah. If it's noir detective, I can't imagine they do like too many villains. It can't be like they can't throw in like too much over the top stuff if they're trying to keep it like somewhat down to earth. I feel like the Flash movie is gonna be the one where they really throw everything in there, everything, but they're really gonna go full multiverse.
Yeah, both of those movies I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for both those movies. I mean, let's just fast forward to 2022 and watch both of them, man.
Really quickly, guys, I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Timing Magic, Lisa, Alan. Really appreciate you coming in and saying hi to everybody, and it's good to see you, and thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa. Great to see you.
So, sorry to stop your flow there, guys.
Am I the only person that feels like the word couch should be spelled differently?
Are we looking at Twitch?
COWCH. Couch.
Yeah, I know, but it seems like I don't know. That looks like cooch. You know what I mean? It should be C-O. It should be COWCH. That's what it should be.
Yeah,
I mean,
couch.
That's what I think it should be, rather.
Yeah.
But anyway, I couldn't help but notice that. But I do want to give a quick shout out to my favorite technological device in the world, the old Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Just had its birthday the other day, last Thursday, September 9th. And if you guys remember, it launched on September 9th, 99. That's 9999. That was a big deal. And dude, happy birthday. And in fact, it's almost 22 years since it launched, but 20 years. There you go. He's got a Dreamcast right there in his hand.
Nice.
And almost 20 years to the month of when they officially stopped producing the Dreamcast. So it's almost like a death date this time. And Hydro Thunder.
I fucking love Dreamcast.
Yeah, every September 9th, I bust out. Well, now I just have an emulator, but I was playing some Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Power Stone, Crazy Taxi, a little bit of Shenmue.
Crazy Taxi, yeah.
Sonic Adventure.
Sonic Adventure is one of my favorite games. It's probably my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, me too, man. Me too. Absolutely, me too. And
my memory of Dreamcast, I don't know if this is like actually how it worked, but how I remember it is that growing up, it was always like the big gift you get for Christmas. And like for me, I wasn't getting a system every single year. Like you had to pick and choose, So I got the Super Nintendo back when I was like 5 or whatever. And then we had to wait a long time, and I got the Dreamcast. And then, but apparently, people were waiting for the PS2, I guess, the following year, and the Xbox the following year. So nobody bought the Dreamcast, so they just stopped making fucking games for it. Dude. So I'm going into to Superstar Video or Blockbuster Video trying to like rent games, and there was like a little 2-foot section of like 6 games, and then shelves and shelves and shelves of everything else. It's pretty frustrating for me.
Yeah, and that was after. That was at first they didn't even rent Dreamcast games because Sega pissed off the whole world with the way that they launched the Saturn, the system before that. A few years before, the way they went about it, it was one of the stupidest decisions they've ever made. A lot of people point to it as why Sega failed in the long run and doesn't make systems anymore. It's because all the shit they pulled off with the 32X and the Saturn. And so basically they pissed off a lot of retailers, and by launching the Saturn several months early without telling anyone and only giving it to a couple of stores. And so all the other stores and places that didn't get it were like, oh really? Well, fuck you then. We're not going to carry your shit. Go suck it. And that mentality carried through to the Dreamcast for a little while. Blockbuster would not rent their games, but then finally the Dreamcast actually had, at the time, that was the most profitable launch of a video game console in history at that time. So after a couple of months, so they were like, okay, we should probably, start renting these games. But like you said, it was a little, 2x2 wall, of just a few games there. But then, once the PS2 came out, plus it had that DVD player in it, that was very genius on Sony's part, because in America, it was a little different, but in the rest of the world, the PlayStation 2 was really marketed as a DVD player first and foremost. And and it was the cheapest DVD player in the market too. So people were just buying that shit in droves. And I don't know if you remember, but the PS2 launch sucked all kinds of ass. They didn't have any good games for several, almost a whole year.
Yeah.
And, poor Sega. They just couldn't, talk about shooting yourself in the foot or shooting yourself in the dick, rather, really. They just really fucked that up.
I think after this is over, I'm going to play the Matrix games for the Xbox. I haven't played them in a while, but that's my favorite games of all time are the Matrix games. I rebought my Xbox a few years ago and rebought the games just to play those games. Like the way they do, like the shooting, you don't have to aim anything. You just like shoot and it aims for you, and like the bullet time fighting and the jumping around and everything. Like they gotta make a new game like that somehow. Like when the movie comes out, hopefully there's a new game to accompany it. It's all canon too. It's like good. Sorry.
Nice.
No, good.
Like there's a story in it. Yeah, like the first one, like the one without Neo, it follows around Jada Pinkett Smith, and like you go through like that's where you find out that. Oh,
you're freezing up, brother.
The Matrix are just like programs that. Oh shit!
Well,
Sorry,
you're good now.
Go ahead.
You're good now.
You're good. You're good now.
Go ahead. Never mind. Did you guys watch the Matrix trailer?
Yes.
Did you like it? Yeah, I'm pumped for that. That's probably my most highly anticipated movie right now.
Is Keanu going to be in it?
Yeah, Keanu, Trinity. Not Lawrence Fishburne as far as we know, but he'll probably make an appearance.
So is that Morpheus, the new guy?
Yeah, it's the guy from who played Dr. Manhattan and Watchmen in the show, and he's the rumor is that in the Matrix they've like turned the Matrix back on, and within the Matrix they've created the Matrix movies, and that like Tom Anderson, Keanu, like played Neo in the movies if you like live in the Matrix. So that like the rumor is that the Morpheus is like the movie version of like Morpheus, and then like he has to like figure out that there really is a Matrix. I don't know. It's tough to people are trying to decipher what's in the trailer. We can't really tell. But
so Keanu's actually playing Keanu?
Playing Tom Anderson. That like Mr. Anderson was like a real. They don't know that the Matrix exists, and they just say like if we live in the Matrix right now in our world, we have Matrix movies. So you know what I mean. So the idea is that those Matrix movies, like, I'm not sure actually. He might be playing Keanu. I don't know. The way it was described is that he's playing Tom Anderson, and Tom Anderson is an actor in the Matrix, but he would be Keanu, I guess, in that case, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean that's interesting.
I
saw something in the comment section when I was watching the trailer, and someone said something about so Keanu was playing Neo in the Matrix, and then this one it's Neo playing Keanu or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it is. It's that if you're the machines, what better way to like convince people that they're not living in the Matrix, but by making a movie about the Matrix, where people can go, guys, I think we might be living in like a simulation, and they'll go like, yeah, like the movie The Matrix. That's where you got that from,
Right.
Just to kind of downplay the fact that to keep people off the scent that they might actually be in the Matrix, So I think the movie's gonna kind of explore that. So that's like what the end of the trailer, and the guy's like going back to the Matrix is like a movie producer who's talking to like the actor who played Neo, which could be interesting. I don't know. I hope it's like heady, like the way like the original Matrix kind of like just smash paradigms and still super rewatchable and still like compared to everything. I hope this next one. I hope there's a reason why they're making a new one other than the fact that just nostalgia. I mean, I hope there's a new cool idea in it.
I really hope so too. Like I tried watching, Keanu related. I tried watching the new Bill and Ted.
Oh, I didn't see it. How is it?
Honestly, man, like I was very open-minded. I was like, I love the first two as a kid, like this should be fun, Yeah. And I just couldn't do it, man. About 15 minutes in, I was just like, I just can't commit my time to something like this.
It seemed hurried.
It wasn't terrible. And I know some people that
I liked it.
I've heard a lot of people say they did a good job. It was a fun throwback and whatnot. But for me, it's just like, man, I could be, standing outside looking at UFOs or so. Like, I don't know. I could do something else with that time. But now, real quick, before it slips my mind. So you mentioned Sonic Adventure was one of your like top 5 games of all time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you mean the Dreamcast version.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I guess pretty much the only Sonic game I really like played consistently.
Yeah, dude, kind of me too. Yeah, I mean, Sonic 2 is the OG, but so did you ever like? I don't know about you, but because the Dreamcast didn't do super well, but for some reason where I grew up, everybody had one. Like it was we had a big Dreamcast scene, and we would bring, how you could bring your chow from the chow garden onto the VMU, right? And then you can go and like while we're at school, we would be like trading items and whatnot. And it even got to a point where they actually like sent out a letter to our parents, like, your kids are not allowed to bring Dreamcast memory cards to the school anymore. And we'd keep getting them taken up. Did you have like other friends that you played with and traded with and all that stuff?
No, definitely not. I feel like one of my best friends had a this is a different era a little bit, but I remember he had the GameCube, and that was like kind of similar games. I remember, but then everyone was just PS2 as far in like original Xbox. As far as like, I feel like I was the only one who really had Dreamcast. It's kind of all alone, it felt like, at least.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Honestly, the GameCube version was probably a little better, but only if you had the Game Boy Advance, because you know how the Dreamcast used the VMU for the chow stuff. The GameCube used the Game Boy Advance for that stuff, and you could do like a lot more shit with it. It was kind of tight. But
really quickly, I gotta say, before the whole COVID thing happened, our daughter was down from Colorado, and she had her two boys, our two grandsons with us, and they brought their Switch, and I hadn't played on a Switch yet.
Yeah, me either.
Believe it or not. And it's so trippy because the controllers are so tiny, but you can actually play them separately as a regular, like a Game Boy or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they have these little like memory cards that they slip into the Switch, and you can choose all these different games from this freaking. It's just amazing technology Nintendo did, and
it really is.
Man, I was getting my ass beat by my grandson, who's like 6, on Super Smash Brothers, and he was just whooping my ass, and I didn't even know what the hell I was doing because I never played it. But
I love the Smash Brothers games.
It's basically like a GameCube, a Game Boy with like, what level of graphics does it have on it? Like, what it's like a. It's not as good as like it's Xbox One graphics or anything. Right?
Yeah, no, it's equivalent to like PS3.
Okay.
Basically, like Xbox 360. It's kind of equivalent to that.
Pretty good.
It's basically the same. It's basically a repackaged Wii U, if that makes any sense.
It's more. It's more powerful than that. It's definitely more powerful.
Well, I'm talking about the Wii U, not the Wii.
Okay.
The Wii U was the one that came after that.
Right.
Talk about shooting yourself in the dick again. They really fucked up on that. They released a whole new system, but they called it the Wii U. So everybody thought it was just like, oh, what is this, some extra bullshit they have to buy for the Wii? Like nobody really understood what it was, and it never sold. So then they just repackaged it and changed the name to Switch. It's the exact same technology that was in the Wii U, except the Wii U failed and the Switch just is killing it right now.
It's pretty dope. So we got 5 more minutes, gentlemen. And I really haven't heard much from Russ. I know Russ is more tied into the paranormal than we are. So you got anything for us that we should be looking out for, Russ? I know you have a show to do tomorrow night.
Yeah, I got a show on Haunted Voices with Nicole Strickland tomorrow night. I'll be on that show. We'll be having probably some new episodes of Beyond the Strange come within the next month or so, I would imagine. Good waiting for you to get 100%, Dave, because can't do the show without you, brother.
See, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Well, I'll be happy to be on the sideline and just kick it and run the show while you be the host. And, I'm looking forward to your guest that you're going to be bringing to the show or to the panel, I should say. So, I'm pretty sure we'll have Nicole back on sometime, and
Oh yeah.
We'll have some. So I'm getting people who still want to come on the show, and people from the UK and stuff like that. So we'll get it all together, and it'll be pretty cool. But I think that's cool. Any investigations, or have you seen anything that pops to mind, like in the UFO or spirit world that you kind of makes you go, yeah, this is something that I saw the other day, and this is really cool.
Oddly enough, I've been watching this show called Evil, and it's on Paramount Plus. And they had a UFO episode today, and it was really cool because these a fighter pilot saw a UFO, and it was just like the gimbal and the go fast. It was clearly a nod to that. Then all of a sudden, this guy in a black SUV comes up and approaches one of the main characters, and he's like, "Yeah, this is actually a secret Russian technology that the U.S. government is trying to uncover." And anyways, the episode ends with both witnesses saying they lied about the UFO site. So that tells me it was aliens all along, which is kind of cool. But I tell you, my big thing I've been watching lately, man, is Titans. I mean, Titans has been amazing this year so far. In the last episode, loved the nods to Mr. Freeze. That was really cool. Mr. Freeze has always been one of my favorite characters in the Batman universe. So I just love that show, man. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I like that too. They did actually do a nod to the Joker in Gotham, who wasn't really the Joker, but like a pre-Joker, which is Cameron Monaghan's name. Cameron, I can't remember his name.
Jerome Valeska.
Jerome Valeska, and that was his character. And then he later on, he even fell into the vat and everything like that, and came out like the disfigured Joker. Pretty interesting. That was pretty cool. But yeah, Titans is crushing it.
Yeah, as always, and it's great. I mean, and hell, Zack Snyder's Justice League. What a timeless film. And I could go back and watch that every day just about. It was epic. I mean, I love that movie.
Speaking of paranormal stuff, did you watch any of the new What We Do in the Shadows or Wellington Paranormal?
I haven't watched
Wellington Paranormal.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to see that, but I did catch the new What We Do in the Shadows, and they're they're great. They're just
so funny,
awesome. They're awesome shows. But yeah, that Arlington Paranormal, I've been wanting to catch that.
Wait, so how do you?
It's the same.
Right? How do you watch Wellington Paranormal? The only way I've found to do it is to have a VPN and set it to Australia, because New Zealand blocks a lot of VPNs. So you have to go to like Australia and listen to, I forgot the network. How do you watch it?
Yeah, CW app. It's free. It's on the CW app now.
CW app?
The channel, the CW. They have a free app. That's how you watch like Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow and Superman and stuff.
Oh, is that like an American network?
Yeah. It's the WB.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh, I didn't know they had that over here now. Yeah, Wellington Paranormal it's a great show.
Yeah, CW is like a joint venture between CBS and Warner Media.
I gotta watch it. I watched the first one and it's funny. It's the same universe as What We Do in the Shadows, like what we do, like that took place in Wellington, the town of Wellington, or city of Wellington, or whatever.
Cool.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate it, that, and for our episode 0 of Pulp Addicts Pod. Not sure exactly when we're gonna have another one, but if you subscribe and follow the Twitch channel, then you'll get your alerts and stuff, and make sure you follow Twitter and Instagram, and soon to come to TikTok and all those other social media. Also, Beyond the Strange page is still up. We'll have a Pulp Addicts Pod on there as well. Gigi, what's going on with you? Tell us what's up with you.
Yeah, feel free to check out my show every Friday night at 7 Pacific on the Fringe FM. I believe this week we're actually going to have Jess Rogie from the Rodeo Report, first time guest on the show. So yeah, come hang out this Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Russ Bailey.
Facebook, BlackSky Paranormal, beyondthestrange.com. I'm all over the place. You know me.
Yes, indeed. And Nightstocker, what's happening with you?
Not too much. I don't got any pods or books or anything like that. But in this like crazy world of all this content to consume, hit me with what you're watching, because I like the I feel like assigned viewings is the easiest way for me to like trying to pick and choose through like so much shit to watch. You know, I get like this weird ADD when it comes to watching stuff. So it's more fun to watch it with somebody else. So let me know what you're watching, and we'll talk about it on here. You know, but
awesome.
Other than that, that's it.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of stuff to talk about next time and in the future. And thanks again, everyone. Once again, thank you for all your prayers and all your well wishes and energy, healing energy and vibes. Really appreciate it. Everyone, God bless and have a great night. We'll talk to you later.
Oh, yeah.